Greetings, this is Marc Giles. Today we're talking about the top gated communities in Yonkers, New York. So we're going to get into it. If you're thinking about moving, whether you're buying a house, selling a house, first-time home buyer, maybe you're selling your house and wanting to make that transition, either whether you're downsizing or you want to upgrade into a larger house because you need more room, maybe the family's growing, I got the answers for you. Let's get into the top 5 gated communities in Yonkers, New York. But before we get started, my name is Marc Giles, and I'm happy to be here to tell you about all the great things that are going on in real estate in the tri-state area, Westchester, Connecticut, and New Jersey. So, like the video, subscribe. I'd love to hear what you have to say, so put your comments below. I'm going to take you on a tour. We're going to go out in the street and talk about some of the great neighborhoods in Yonkers, New York. All right, so let's talk about Getty Square. So Getty Square is wonderful, especially if you like restaurants, bars, and going out at night. There's a lot of places in downtown Yonkers. So downtown Yonkers is a place inside of Getty Square that has a lot of lively nightlife, and it has some really nice luxury apartments. All right, so these buildings have swimming pools. They have, you can go cookouts next to the swimming pool. They have all type of beautiful rooms in there that you can rent out to have your own private parties. But check this out, the Hudson River. Here at the Hudson River, you can actually go kayaking in the summertime. You can go fishing. Some people are fishing out here. As you can see, there's nice restaurants right here. You can walk to these restaurants. So this total area has been built up for you to really enjoy, recreate yourself, have some nice recreation, and find your inner peace, all right? And what's really convenient about it, it's right next to the Metro North. And that area right there from Getty Square, you can hop on the Metro North and be downtown Manhattan, New York City in about 30 minutes. So it's super convenient. If you want to head uptown, you can go all the way up the Hudson River. And if you want to get on the train and head north, you can go way up to Poughkeepsie. In addition to that, the Amtrak actually stops right there in Yonkers as well. So if you want to go up to Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts, or down to Washington, D.C., or anywhere Amtrak goes, you can get there leaving right from Yonkers, New York. So it's a great place to live. It's very convenient. And you know what? The cost of living is a lot less than living in Manhattan. So you're pretty much right next to Manhattan, so you can get the best of both worlds. So in this downtown area, you're going to find what we call a lot of gated communities, but most of these communities are in tall apartment buildings. So you'll have a doorman at the front door, he lets you in, and you have access to a lot of amenities in these luxury apartment buildings that you would not have in a lot of other areas. So Getty Square is becoming famous for having a movie studio there. Lionsgate Entertainment has established their headquarters there. So there's a lot of things that you can do and learn and participate in Getty Square. Additionally, there are a lot of parks that you can go to enjoy the day. One of those parks is Untermeyer State Park. I really recommend you check it out. I've been there a couple times and it's really nice. One other thing about Getty Square is you'll find a diverse type of home that you can choose from. So you'll find co-ops, condos, and private homes. All right, so a lot of people, when we talk about Getty Square, they're going to talk about Getty Square being the hood, right? So a little dangerous, a lot of activity going on. Yes, it has been known for that over the years, but there's a huge transition going on in the Getty Square section of Yonkers. A lot of brand new luxury buildings are being built. And yes, there's some gentrification going on, no doubt about it. So there are a lot of people who live there who may not be able to afford to continue to live there because the prices of the rents are increasing, but that's just what's happening in the downtown section and also in the Getty Square section. However, you will be able to find some homes that you could purchase, and also you can find some multifamily homes. Okay, so let's get into number 4, Northwest Yonkers. Now this is north of Getty Square. It's a little further from the city. However, you also have your own train stop called Greystone. Greystone is a beautiful train stop. It's very scenic. It's right on the Hudson River. In fact, it's the kind of place you'd probably look forward to going to get on the train every day because it's so scenic and beautiful. Not only that, you have the time, right? So these trains are on time for the most part, but if it's going to be late, you usually will know in advance because they'll announce it and let you know the train is late. But for the most part, they tell you the train is coming at that time. Usually the train is here. Okay, today we're in Northwest Yonkers. Beautiful area. They got some beautiful apartment buildings like this one right here. It almost looks like a hotel. You know, you can drive up. There's a doorman. Life is good. So you're going to find that there's condos, there's co-ops, and also there's some beautiful homes up here. And the beauty of this, I say it's kind of like living in Florida or Miami. Why? Because look, right across the street from the Hudson River, which is beautiful. These gorgeous views. Over on the other side, you have the hills of New Jersey. It's facing west, so if you have your apartment looking that way, you're gonna watch some beautiful sunsets every night. And as you can see, there's homes over here too. So you have some beautiful, magnificent homes. As you can see, there's a couple up here. There's some large windows with some beautiful views. These homes are ranging up from $700,000 up to $1.5, $2 million. You'll find some beautiful mansions. And the other part of this beautiful place is this Greystone. This is the Greystone train stop on the Metro North. What does that mean for you? That means you can get down to Manhattan in about 20 minutes. That's right. You hop on the Metro North. Right over here is the train stop. I'm gonna go show you a closer view, but you can be down in Manhattan in about 20 minutes. It's beautiful, luxurious, good living. So if you're interested in a co-op condo, a house in the northwest section of Yonkers or anywhere in Westchester, hit me up. Looking to hear from you. But now Northwest Yonkers has a lot of apartment buildings along the Warburton Avenue, which is the avenue that goes parallel to the Hudson River, north and south. So you'll find a lot of luxury apartment buildings there. And some of these buildings have gated communities in that there's a doorman downstairs. A lot of these buildings have a lot of amenities, swimming pools. Some of them have a lot of parking on site so that you can park your car so you don't have to worry about street parking. There's co-ops, there's condos, and of course, there's some rentals as well. In addition to these apartments, you're gonna find a lot of homes. Now, these are luxury homes. Why? Because they're sitting on the Hudson River. They have these beautiful views of the Hudson. So from the Hudson River, you're gonna see the hills of New Jersey, and it's really beautiful. And you can actually look down south and see the George Washington Bridge. And north would be the Tappan Zee Bridge. It's just super convenient because the train station is right there, the Greystone, and that's what takes you north and south. And like we said, you can probably hop on that Amtrak and take you anywhere you want to go. So when you're coming over here, not only will you be able to park outside, they have plenty of parking out here, but there's also a parking garage right up here. So if you're renting an apartment, oh yeah, look at the apartments, yeah. So you can see these apartments up here, they all have their own parking garages. So you'll probably just be able to walk right across and hop on the train, get down to Manhattan, take care of your business, and be back same day. All right, thanks. Now moving on to number 3. Before we get to number 3, I just want to remind you at the end of this video, I've got a tip for you that you will not want to miss. So stick around to the very end. Also, I want to point out to you that there's no way I could cover all of the gated communities that are so beautiful in Yonkers. So what we're doing today is we're talking about 5 of them, and these 5 are the ones that we're highlighting today, but we're going to come back and hit you up with some more later on. If there are any communities that you would like me to expand on and talk about, please mention them in the comments section below because I love your input. All right, let's get on to it. Okay, number 3, we're going to talk about Ridge Hill. Okay, so Ridge Hill is actually on a hill. As you're driving south or north on the Sprain Parkway, there's an exit called Tuckahoe Road. You get off at Tuckahoe Road and you are at what? Ridge Hill, that's right. All right, so now we're at the Ridge Hill Shopping Center, but it's not just a shopping center. Ridge Hill has condominiums available, luxury condominiums where you can get a swimming pool, you can have all of the amenities that all of these new luxury condominiums provide. So in addition to that, what they've done here in Ridge Hill section of Yonkers is they put this beautiful shopping center. So here you can go have some fine dining. You've got all kinds of different foods, Spanish food, American food, got Italian food. This is a great place to come have a few drinks with the fellas after work. Also, they're renovating Ridge Hill, making it more appealing. So there'll be more activities for you and your family to do here at Ridge Hill. So Ridge Hill actually has a movie theater. That's right, it's a state-of-the-art movie theater with all the upscale technology. So you might want to go there and check it out. I've seen a few movies there a few times, so I would highly recommend you go see a movie there. They have a Legoland, they have a lot of restaurants, and it's like a really nice place to go, spend the day, spend an afternoon. Okay, so Ridge Hill is a shopping center, and right there next to the shopping center is the Monarch at Ridge Hill. So the Monarch is a condominium complex. And in that complex, you have a lot of luxury items. You have an indoor swimming pool, indoor basketball courts, you have a sauna, fitness center. There's so many things. It is really, really nice. I've been in there and I've shown those places many times. And I would highly recommend if you're thinking about buying a condo in Yonkers or Westchester, that might be one of the places that you might want to consider. And if it's not the Monarch at Ridge Hill, there's plenty of other places like it. And you don't want to leave New York City, you still want to stay in the area. Let me tell you something, these condos and these co-ops are beautiful. They're worth checking out. All right, moving on to number 2. Let's talk about Lawerence Park. Now, Lawerence Park is a special place. Sarah Lawrence College sits within the Lawerence Park area. Now, Lawerence Park has some majestic, expansive homes. These are beautiful homes. You're not going to find many homes in there under $1.5 million. But if you're looking for a luxury lifestyle, you need a lot of room, you want a big house, you might want to consider Lawerence Park. If there's something for sale there, you better move quick because these homes go quickly. Lawerence Park has the most expensive homes, as far as I can see, in Yonkers, because this place is beautiful. It's picturesque, it's tree lined, and these homes, once again, like I said, are really expansive and very beautiful. And right below Lawerence Park, you have the Cross County Shopping Center. Now, the Cross County Shopping Center is magnificent. Over the years, it's been built up. There are more restaurants there now than ever before. You have steakhouses, you have seafood, you have American food, you have everything that you could possibly want right there. There's even a hotel, the Hyatt Hotel exists right there in the Cross County Shopping Center. And it's easy to get to. Why? Because Cross County Parkway cuts right through it and it goes from east to west. So if you're traveling from New Rochelle to Yonkers, it's a seamless route. And also Mount Vernon is right in the middle, so you can get from town to town. So if you're heading north to White Plains, you can head on the Bronx River Parkway. That'll get you there in 15, 20 minutes. And let me tell you something about the Bronx River Parkway. It is beautiful as well. So as you're driving north on the Bronx River Parkway or south, you're gonna see all of these beautiful babbling brooks. You see all of the Bronx River as it's flowing down to the Bronx. I mean, it is just gorgeous. And what they've done to the Bronx River Parkway, they've built these beautiful pathways for walking and bike riding. And even on Sundays, they'll shut down the whole parkway and just go bike riding just for Sunday morning. And it's a great place to live. And I would highly recommend, if you don't move to live there right away, maybe you just want to come on through on a Sunday and go bike riding with the family on the Bronx River Parkway. All right, so the number 1 neighborhood we're going to talk about today is Lichon Park. It doesn't mean it's the number 1 neighborhood, but it's the number 1 neighborhood we'll be talking about today. So Lichon Park is very convenient. It's not too far from the Bronx, but it's in Yonkers, and it's right by the Interstate Highway 87. 87 is a throughway, and 87 will take you straight on up to Albany, and it takes you straight on down to New York City. So if you're living in the Lichon Park section, what you'll notice, if you take a drive-through, that most of the houses are very unique. So a lot of neighborhoods you'll go to, every house is like cookie cutter, they all look the same, but not in Lichon Park. When you're driving through Lichon Park, you'll notice that every house has its own unique feel. Most of them have gates in the front, and they have a backyard, a front yard, and it's a really nice place to live. A lot of times clients come, they all want to check out Lichon Park because of its convenient location. And additionally, if you're into gambling or sports and betting, there's the Empire Casino that's not too far from Lichon Park. It's right on the other side of the Highway 87. And that is a great place to go and check out if you're enjoying some nightlife. And like I said, if you're into, horse betting, because they have a horse racing and a casino there for you to enjoy. So I recommend you go check that out. Like I said, even if you're not buying a house right now, but you want to check out the community, the Empire Casino is a great place to check out. Okay, so today's bonus tip is I'm going to give you a little homework to do. Today we're going to talk about homeowner association and the dues. So if you are buying a property and it is in a gated community, you want to ask, are there any homeowner association dues? Now, sometimes you might buy in a community that is a condominium, and you might buy a community that is a co-op. Those both will have homeowner association dues. Now, the condominium usually will separate their homeowner association dues from the taxes. That's for a condominium. For a co-op, the taxes are included in the homeowner association dues, also known as maintenance fees. So when you're thinking about buying a co-op or a condo, you always want to ask, are there any maintenance fees? Are there any homeowner association dues? How much are they? Because you're going to have to calculate those fees when you're planning out your budget. Whenever we are showing you an apartment or a condo or a co-op, we're always going to highlight what the dues are so you can be prepared. Additionally, there are some communities that are not condos and they're not co-ops, but they also have association dues. And a lot of times these dues might be just for shoveling snow, or they might be for taking out the garbage, but you want to know up front, are there any homeowner association dues? Some are informal and some are formal, but you need to know up front what the fees are, how much they are, and when they're due. And of course, what they're paying for, because if it's to shovel the snow in the winter, that could be a good thing. So the homework there is to figure out, when you're looking at these properties, what are the homeowner association dues. If you like this video, I want you to subscribe, like the video, let me know about any other things that you want to know about. Here's 2 more videos that I think that you are going to find that are going to be really exciting, especially if you want to move somewhere, you're selling, buying. I got all the answers and you got all the questions. Let's get right in. Thank you.